Diseases of plantation crops, Unit 6. First is coconut, Cocos nucifera. Stem bleeding of coconut is caused by Thalavio paradoxa, first reported in Sri Lanka in 1906, then in India in 1922. So what is the causal organism of stem bleeding of coconut? Thalavio paradoxa, that was first reported in Sri Lanka in 1906 and then it was reported in India in 1922. Thalavio paradoxa, stem bleeding of coconut. Symptoms: more damage in July to November. Exudations of a dark reddish brown liquid from longitudinal cracks in the bark. Exudations of dark reddish brown liquid from longitudinal cracks in the bark. Wounds trickling from stem and at few inches to few feet distance. Lesion spread upwards. Lesions oozes out liquid. This liquid dries up and turns black. Tissues below the lesions, rotting of tissues. Tissues turn yellow, then black. So symptoms: damage is more in July. Damage is more in July to November. So in which month damage is more? July to November. Control by FYM at the rate 50 kg or neem cake at the rate 5 kg plus trichoderma species at the rate 200 gram per palm per year. Chisel out affected tissues. Destroy chiseled materials by burning. Paint wounds with Bodox mixture. Root feeding with tridimorph at the rate 5 ml in 100 milliliter of water. Destroy the chiseled materials by burning. Root feeding with tridimorph and paint the wounds with Bodox mixture. Then Tanjored wilt or basal stem end rot or Ganoderma wilt. It is caused by Ganoderma lucidum or Ganoderma applanatum. Tanjored wilt or basal stem end rot or Ganoderma wilt, caused by Ganoderma lucidum or Ganoderma applanatum. So the second disease of coconut is called Tanjored wilt or basal stem end rot or Ganoderma wilt, that is caused by Ganoderma lucidum or Ganoderma applanatum. Initially yellowing and drooping of outer roll of leaves. Exudation of reddish brown liquid through cracks at the trunk base. Oozing spread upwards. Decaying of tissues at the bleeding point. Rotting of basal stem portion. Brittle bark. Bark peeled off in the flakes, leaving open cracks and crevices. Open cracks and crevices in case of Tanjored wilt. Discolored, disintegrated internal tissues. Internal tissues emit bad smell. So, opened cracks and crevices and internal tissues emit bad smell. In which disease of coconut? Tanjored wilt or basal stem end rot or Ganoderma wilt, that is caused by Ganoderma lucidum or Ganoderma applanatum. Control by Pseudomonas fluorescens at the rate 200 gram per palm per year or Trichoderma viridie at the rate 200 gram per palm per year. Or you can use 50 kg FIM farmyard manure plus 5 kg of neem cake for plus fertilizers. Apply once in the 6 months. Root feeding with tridimorph or hexaconazole or aureofungin sol at the rate 2 tridimorph at the rate 2 ml, hexaconazole at the rate 1 ml or aureofungin sol at the rate 2 kg or copper sulfate CuSO4 at the rate 1 kg in 100 ml of water. Soil drenching with 1% Bodox mixture around the trunk in 1.5 meter radius. So soil drenching with 1% of Bodox mixture around trunk. What is the length of the trunk? 1.5 meter radius. Third disease of coconut is bud rot. Bud rot is caused by Phytophthora palmivora. The symptoms are withering of central spindle crown, discoloration of youngest leaf, rolling and death of growing point, tender leaf bases degenerate into soil mass of purified material. Tender leaf bases emit foul smell, attracts the flies. Bud rot. Bud rot of coconut is caused by Phytophthora palmivora. Withering of central spindle crown, discoloration of youngest leaf, rolling and death of growing point, tender leaf bases degenerate into soil mass of purified material. This tender leaf bases emit foul smell that attracts the flies. Affected tender leaf bases emit foul smell that attracts the flies. Tender leaf bases, Phytophthora palmivora. Then badly affect the bud base, plant finally succumbs. badly affect the bud base, plant finally succumbs. Control, remove the infected tissues from crown region, dressing with Bodox paste, spray 0.25% copper oxychloride or 1% of Bodox mixture. Dressing with Bodox paste and remove the infected tissues from crown region. The fourth type of disease of coconut is the root wilt or Kerala wilt. Root wilt or Kerala wilt is caused by phytoplasma that is transmitted by lace wing bug or Stephanitis typica and black leafhopper or Protista moesta. So what is the causal organism of root wilt or Kerala wilt of coconut? Root wilt or Kerala wilt of coconut is caused by phytoplasma that is transmitted by, first is lace wing bug, that is Stephanitis typica, and second is black leafhopper, that is Protista moesta. Lace wing bug, Stephanitis typica, and black leafhopper, Protista moesta, black leafhopper. Flaccidity of leaflets. Symptoms are flaccidity of leaflets, abnormal bending or ribbing of leaflets, reduced leaf size, delayed flowering, tapering of terminal portion of trunk, reduced yield. Flaccidity of leaflets, abnormal bending or ribbing, reduced leaf size, delayed flowering, tapering of terminal portion of the trunk, reduced yield. Control, grow green manure crops like sun hemp, sesbania, cowpea. Spray 0.25% of dimethoate. Remove the affected plant parts. So, which type of green manure crops are used to grow against root wilt or Kerala wilt of coconut that is caused by a phytoplasma species? Green manure crops like sun hemp, sesbania, cowpea. Spray 0.25% dimethoate and remove the affected plant parts. The fifth type of disease caused in coconut is Kadankadang or yellow mottle decline. That is caused by CCCVD or coconut Kadankadang viroid. It is a viroid, not a virus. It is a viroid. First, initial symptom, reduced nut size, very thin fibrous layer, increase the number of irregular yellow-orange translucent spots on the leaves, the lower surface of leaves, and water-soaked spots. Short or smaller, brittle, frond young leaves remain in upright position in the crown. Reduced flower production from second year onwards after starting of the leaf symptoms. Dwarf male and female flowers. At latter stage, bronze yellow central fronds. Buds dies and falls. Buds crownless. Extensive rotting of roots. Roots deteriorate. So fifth type of disease of coconut is the Kadankadang or yellow mottle decline. Yellow mottle decline or Kadankadang, that is caused by coconut Kadankadang viroid. That is the smallest viroid found in the world. Smallest viroid is coconut Kadankadang viroid. It is not a virus, it is a viroid. Symptoms: first, reduced nut size, very thin fibrous layer is found, increase the number of irregular or yellow-orange translucent spots on the leaves, lower surface of leaves, spots are water soaked, short or smaller or brittle or frond young leaves remain in the upright position in the crown, reduce flower production from reduced from second year onwards after the starting of leaf symptoms, dwarf male and female flowers. At latter stage, bronze yellow central fronds, bud dies and falls, buds are crownless, extensive rotting of roots, deterioration of roots. How can you control it? Cutting and burning of infected plants, good soil management. Cutting and burning of infected plants and good soil management. Other diseases of coconut are leaf blight by coconut Kadankadang. How you can control cutting and burning of infected plants and good soil management. Other diseases of coconut. 6 number of diseases of coconut: leaf blight by Lasiodiplodia theobromii, leaf rot by Coletotrichum gloesporioides, and two diseases. Other 2 diseases of coconut: leaf blight, Lasiodiplodia theobromii, and leaf rot, Coletotrichum gloesporioides. Leaf blight by Lasiodiplodia theobromii and leaf rot by Coletotrichum gloesporioides. Leaf rot by Coletotrichum gloesporioides and leaf blight by Lasiodiplodia theobromii.